Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. Alright, so this week up on the socket, of course, as always, we'll go over our progress that we've made this week, and then we'll jump right into some Deadman changes. So, of course, Deadman
There's
started...
already changes?
Yeah, Deadman started last week, so of course there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on with that, a lot of PKing, and so they've made some changes, some rebalances, and overall quite a few changes actually, so we'll go over and talk about that for a little bit.
Okay.
And then as well today, Jagex actually didn't have any update, kind of to be expected. There's usually not any significant updates or anything like that after a large update like Deadman has come out, because they're pretty much focusing on that. But there was a blog that came out today discussing Group Iron, so we have a lot more information on Group Ironman, how it's going to work and what to expect there. So I know for sure Michelle and I are going to be participating in the Group Iron, so I'm actually pretty excited about that, and we'll talk about everything you need to know about that as well.
Except we don't know when it's coming out, so don't ask.
Yeah, exactly. And the final thing we're going to go over is we have a question from the stream, and then we have a few other questions from Reddit that we might be able to get to as well.
Not from the stream. It was actually from Instagram.
Oh, from Instagram. Sorry.
You were mistaken.
Yeah, if anyone ever wants us to maybe discuss or talk about or answer any questions they have or just any topics they think would be cool, let us know over on Twitter or on Instagram. Those are probably the easiest ways. And our Twitter is going to be Bunebapeosrs, and our Instagram is just going to be Bunebape. So, I think that's about it. But before, of course, we get into any of the topics today, Michelle, how's it going?
It's pretty good. So I have something exciting. Should have led up to it. Should have started with the boring stuff first.
Yeah, probably.
You know what? Let's backtrack. I've been working on Slayer this week. Still haven't leveled up because it's never ending.
Nice, that's good.
But now I am only 96,000 XP away from getting 89. I almost said 99. Oh my god, I wish.
Yeah, you wish. That's pretty good though.
But the exciting news, I did Zulrah 6 times last night.
Wow.
I died more than 6 times.
Let's get a round of applause. Really?
A round of applause. Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
It was funny. The first one I did, I forgot to share my prayer at all.
Nice. That's good.
But it was cool. I was doing on stream, and people were helping me out. Shout out Alfresco, because Alfresco corrected all the tiles I was standing at. I marked like all 11 in one rotation, and they were like, don't do that.
Yeah, that's like way too much.
Yeah, so they have it just mark 4, and they were helping me out. And they actually sent another message on Discord, which I just noticed I have not read yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people were in there giving me tips. A little too much tips at times. It was kind of overwhelming because I was tired too, and I was like, you guys, I can't process all this information right now.
Did you have the Runelight Zulrah rotation plugin?
Yes, I did. And I was using that and the tips from people on the stream, and I had the wiki rotation thing pulled up on my screen as well. So I was just using whatever felt convenient.
Yeah, I was like, why do you need so many reminders? They all say the same exact thing.
No, the wiki and the Runelight are slightly different.
Okay.
They tell you to go different spots. So in the end, I was mostly using the Runelight, and the way that I'd been told before, like when getting my Western, was to do, like, choose one rotation and practice that. So I was choosing the 3rd rotation, and I was doing that because it had, like, the least amount of switches, and then Alfresco was like, what are you doing? Just try to do all of the rotations and just don't leave. And I was like, oh, respect. So I did that.
I mean, that's just a waste of time.
Yeah, I just wanted to get used to it, but it was cool. I was able to get a few kills. Yeah, it was very exciting.
You got
no
some sick
pet
drops
yet.
You got a bunch of flax?
I got 1,000 flax.
Yeah, there you go, dude.
I made like 500,000, which was not how much I spent on like potions and everything to get there.
Yeah. Were you only getting like 1 kill per trip or something?
Yeah. I was getting like 1 kill per 3 trips.
Yeah. Nice. That's good.
Yeah, and it was pretty good. I think I like it. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend there. I just wanted to at least learn how to do it, and I finally bought a planner that's been recommended to me over and over again in this therapy workbook I'm doing. And I wrote down my planner. I tried Zulrah. So I was like, all right,
there you go.
I could check it out now.
Yeah.
I even talked about it in therapy, and she's like, what are you talking about? What game are you playing? And I told her, and she's like, I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
I was
Makes
like,
sense.
it's fun. You should check out OSRS.
No, why the
No.
No.
My therapist next week, she's going to be like, I tried it. I love it. What's your stream?
She's like, I'm maxed.
I'm maxed now. You're maxed too, right?
Yeah.
You're unemployed. You must have time.
She's just actually a god at RS.
Oh my god. Yeah, so that was exciting. But other than that, I tried Deadman.
Oh,
I totally forgot about that. So last week when we recorded the podcast, I was like, oh, haven't tried Deadman yet. This week, already over it. So I tried it
Well, yeah, at least you tried it.
Yeah, I tried it the day that we recorded, and it was a lot of fun at first because I was leveling up so fast, and I realized that was the fun part, was just seeing it level up fast.
Yeah.
But I realized that maybe I shouldn't do it because I'm not even interested in PKing, and I was like, I kind of want to PK someone just to see if I can. But then, like, they'd have to be Scold already, because otherwise I'd feel guilty, especially if they're running from me. And then if they're Scold, that means that they're probably good at PKing, so I probably couldn't beat them.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
It was conflicting. But it's really satisfying how fast you level stuff up on there.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
crazy.
funny because a lot of people say that's like a really easy way to burn out.
Yes.
Because then you'll get like 50 levels in like 10 minutes.
Mhm.
And then you'll go back to the normal game and you'll take like hours to get one level.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it like kind of burns them out.
It wasn't too bad for me just because I think the max I leveled up was like 60 mage.
Yeah, you
which
didn't
is
get,
crazy
like, any...
in like a day.
Yeah.
But so my mage like in my main account's like what 92. So even if in this like super fast world I didn't make it to 92, so it wasn't too annoying to go back to my normal account.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I have a higher. Is my account still technically mid-level? I refuse to believe that.
I don't think so. I mean, you're over 2,000.
Ooh, I'm officially a high-level gal?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't really think so.
I don't know.
It's
the
hard
tiers.
to say because it just doesn't really matter. Like, I don't know who decides med level.
You're going to be like,
and high
you're
level.
actually low level still.
Yeah, I know. Compared to like a max account, you're probably like mid level, but I don't know.
Compared to the average player?
Compared to the average player, probably high level, I guess.
I'm basically maxed.
Yeah, not even close, but you probably have like at least double your experience left to go.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing that. I've been streaming most nights. Tonight, well, yesterday for all of you, so it doesn't actually matter. We are not streaming because we're going to take part of the Twitch boycott against like hate raids. So
I didn't even know this was a thing. But
yeah,
apparently it is.
I saw it like trending on Twitter. I don't know if it's a big thing, but I wouldn't want to know people are boycotting it for like racist viewers and then be like, well, I'm still gonna do it because I'm white. Like that would just feel really bad.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna be doing that today, but like I said, doesn't matter for any of you because this is Wednesday and you're listening on Thursday.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, if you do want to check out our Twitch, where I've been trying to go like 5 days a week at least, it's twitch.tv/Bunebape.
Yeah. And also if any of you are interested, just I guess I'll throw this in there. Jagex is actually having a mod Q&A the day that you're listening to this. So it's probably
you have to listen on the day it comes out to take part.
No, it's probably already over. So you can go back and watch the VOD on their Twitch stream. And it'll probably have a lot of like questions clearing up a lot of the stuff that we're going to talk about today. So if there's any additional information that we don't have or that you're wondering, then maybe they answered it over there.
Are you going to ask any questions?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that's probably about it for me. But how are you doing, Rob?
Pretty good. I haven't been playing RS a lot. I actually been playing a lot of Valheim recently.
I know, throwback to you like 6 months ago.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, some of the first videos on our YouTube was Valheim. And
some of our first that were like semi-popular.
Yeah, they're pretty. It's a really fun game, and a bunch of my friends decided that they wanted to play again, and we're playing on a modded server. So if anyone's played Valheim, it's kind of like Minecraft but with more fighting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, tell everyone what it's like. It's very Viking-esque.
Yeah, it's entirely Viking themed, and you're like in between, I guess, like where Earth and Valhalla is, and you're fighting like these demons that like want to attack Odin and stuff like that.
Dang.
So I guess that's the backstory. It's kind of like not super important, but either way, it is super Viking themed, and you can build a lot of houses and stuff like that. And
if you want to build houses, Rob has like tons of videos of like super sick different houses that he's made. Yeah. Like tree houses, caves. Wasn't there like a cave or something?
Yeah, there was kind of like a cave.
Oh my god, that was really cool.
Yeah,
there's some cool builds.
It's pretty neat. It's a pretty good game, and I've been playing it a lot. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. I have logged into RuneScape a little bit and done stuff here and there, like literally a couple KC at a few bosses. But
which bosses?
Like barrows and stuff like that. So,
okay, nice.
Yeah, not too much stuff. I think I did a couple kills at Vorkath, and that was about it.
No Zulrah?
No Zulrah. I hate
Weird.
Zulrah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I might have to do it a bunch on the Ironman. So.
Why are you going to do a bunch on the Ironman? Oh, to get the blowpipe?
Yeah, to get the blowpipe, and also the Swamp Trident.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Are we sure about this Ironman idea?
Yeah, no. Also the helmet, if you ever want the helmet.
The serpentine?
Yeah. The serpentine.
Wait, are we
visage.
sure? Are we sure we're gonna do Ironman?
Yeah, I guess so. Or
we're
you could
try
just
hardcore,
not,
right?
You could just not have the blowpipe. That's fine too.
I mean, I'm not even using the blowpipe there.
I know you never. Well, yeah.
I thought you were supposed to use it. I was using it, and then shout out Fresco again was like, "You fool, use the armadillo," and I was like, "Oh."
Wait, why? The blowpipe is way better.
No, I think it's just to save money. I don't remember the reasoning. Maybe Alfresco's just messing with me, and I'm just like falling for it.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't get kills with the blowpipe, so it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter because ranged really isn't that good at Zulrah, as far as I understand. Like the main part of your damage is coming from your magic.
I think it was mostly to save money, though.
Unless you have a T-bow, of course. But yeah, I think for the most part, people use blowpipes there.
Oh, well, I don't remember why. Probably just money because, like, it's expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do either one, but...
Yo, the first time they told me to bring Armadillo, I brought it, and then afterwards, like, I don't even think I got the kill, and then I was just gearing up again, and then someone else in the chat was like, hey, don't forget bolts. And I was like, what? And they're like, look at your chat. And there was, like, 8 messages saying, you don't have bolts that can be used with this crossbow. So I was just holding a crossbow, just swinging it around at Zulrah, not even shooting it.
Just trying to melee Zulrah.
Yeah, apparently.
Nice.
So that was nice. Remember your bolts, everyone.
Yeah. But I totally forgot what we were talking about. But oh yeah, so
Valheim?
I haven't done too much in RS recently, so I've just kind of been keeping up to date. And like I've been watching a lot of stuff about Deadman, but I didn't really have any interest in Deadman just because I barely have any interest in the game currently as it is. So I've just been like
coming from the RuneScape podcast host.
Oh, I mean that's like real. Like everyone that plays this game eventually is not going to want to play this game.
And then all of a sudden you're obsessed with it again.
Yeah, exactly. So that's probably how it'll go for
I think once Group
Ironman,
yeah, you're going to be all in again.
Yeah, so I'm just playing other games right now. Valheim's really fun. And I've also been playing a lot of Rainbow Six still with my friends. So not too much on the RS front. Oh,
another update that I forgot to share real quick is I got a tattoo inspired by our sub badges on Twitch. Yeah. Not because it's the sub badges. It's a Kathy.
She already liked it before the sub badges, which is why it is the sub badges.
Yeah, but then seeing it as a sub badge just kind of solidified it. It's a capybara with an orange, not an orange, a mandarin on its head, and it's like in a hot spring, and I got a tattoo of it on my arm. Yeah. And it's so cute. I think I need to have an extra line on it though.
Yeah, capybaras are pretty cool.
Capybaras are very cool. If you go on our Twitch and do Discord? Why do I say it weird?
Yeah, I don't know.
And look at our Discord. I posted a picture of the tattoo on there. It's really cute.
Also, yeah, feel free to join our Discord if you like ever want to group up or I don't know.
Do anything.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people in there, so you can come hang out.
Yeah, and if you have any tattoos, go in there and share it because there's been like 4 of us who have done that. I feel like
we
just share pictures of tattoos.
We should have like a tattoo
sub one.
Yeah, like an entire chat channel just
we
for
totally should because me and that other person who's saying them have a lot.
Yeah. So, well, I guess since we're pretty much done with updates, we can move into the Deadman Reborn feedback changes. Ooh. So this actually came out yesterday, and they were talking about a lot of stuff that they decided to change because a lot of people, I mean, issues, of course, arise after things come out. And so they went through and they changed a few things, which is good because a lot of the videos, like I said, I don't play Deadman, but I do keep up with a lot of stuff that is going on. Mm-hmm. And there are very, very overpowered runes or sigils that were in the game. And so what they did is they went through and nerfed a lot of them and also kind of balanced out like deaths and stuff like that.
I'm interested to hear more.
Yeah, so the very first change that's pretty big is the PvP immunity period that is given to players upon losing their last life is being abused. So a lot of people were like, after their last life, would go and use the period that they can't be attacked to get a bunch of materials and then give it to someone else or give it to a different account, and that's considered as muling.
You should just be able to not trade or not drop them for other people during that period.
Yeah. So in order to combat this, I guess they said that they've made further changes to the 3 life system as well as the PvP immunity period. And going forward, upon losing your last life, you'll be given additional protection from other players once per day.
So you can't just keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So it says unless you opt to lose, they also changed this second part as well. So unless you opt to lose both your combat experience and your items, you'll only be given that protection once per day.
Oh.
Yeah, so now you can choose between whether you want to lose your experience or your items.
Okay, interesting.
Which before, I think it was just you lose both. So obviously this is a little bit of like a quality of life improvement.
Oh, I thought that you only lost your combat. I thought you kept your... Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah,
now that I'm thinking about
your third death, you would lose both.
Yes.
So it says that players who opt to lose all combat XP will receive 60 minutes of protection against players. And players who opt to lose just all of their items in favor of retaining their combat experience will receive 15 minutes of protection from other players.
Interesting.
Yeah, so if you want, you can stay at, whatever level, 100 or 126, whatever combat level you are, you can stay there, but you'll lose all your gear.
That's actually really cool, though, because I don't have a lot of gear, so that makes me more interested in playing it.
Yeah, potentially.
Well, another thing was if I died, I knew I was going to quit. Because I wouldn't want to lose all my combat.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you died 3 times, right?
Well, yeah, but if I die once, it's just setting the tone.
Yeah. And so they did say that after they're offering these 2 different protections now, and they've also banned a bunch of accounts that have been involved in muling.
Of course.
Yeah, of course, it's against the rules. And in addition to this, they made it so that these particular areas are unavailable to players that are benefiting from PvP protection. The first being Court Beast, God Wars Dungeons, and then the Nightmare / Phosani.
It's so insane to me to think of that doing that on a main, but doing it in Deadman mode.
Yeah, so you can definitely do these in Deadman, and a lot of people have. Obviously, that's the way they get the best gear. But if you have PvP protection and you're abusing it, then you can't do these places. So they're kind of trying to combat that.
Can I say because I only got to like 60 something total combat. I didn't want to go into the 100 world because I didn't want to get barraged. So whenever I first got like into the second world, it gives you an hour protection, and I went to the Mossy Giants, and it was insanely good. It was so great. So whenever you're like, you're not gonna be able to go some places after, I was like, God, it's gonna be the Mossy Giants, it's too good. And then you're just like Corp, Nightmare, and I'm like, so different level gameplay.
Different areas,
So the Mossy Giants still
actually, that place is also
available.
in the fine print. That one also is restricted.
It's just too good.
Yeah. So as far as the sigils that I mentioned earlier, they nerfed a ton of them because, for instance, you could stack the sigil of Rampage along with another sigil that gave you, I think, like 20% damage for a total of 45% increased damage, which would allow you to have a max hit of, I think, 126 with a VLS. And so
what?
Yeah, so what they did is they made it and you can only get 123, I think, as your max health, or 121 as your max health. So
with like an anglerfish. And
you could get one shot through any amount of protection. So they made it so that's not possible anymore.
How is that possible when the sigils that I received, one of them was like, you get 10% more runes in rune crafting. And then I'm like, can I have this max 126 hits?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
But it's pretty funny. Either way, obviously this wasn't going to go under the radar. So Jagex went and nerfed Rampage.
Why did everyone have to talk about it? I could have gotten this.
Yeah, they nerfed the Sigil of Rampage and the Sigil of Aggression, and also made it so neither of them stack.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Makes
pretty much
sense.
annihilating the meta right there, which is good because they were obviously just straight up too powerful. And I saw that in a lot of videos. People were using them and just still smashing people. I still think the Sigil of Rampage, it might still be best in slot, even
Yeah.
though they nerfed it a bunch. But yeah, I guess we'll just go to see once we get into the 1v1s or
It's
whatever.
more normal.
Yeah, it's less getting completely annihilated.
And just probably annihilated.
Yeah. And they also made it so specialized strikes will need to be activated in order to grant its special attack energy reduction, and doing so will incur a 30-second cooldown. So I think a lot of people were like activating specialized strikes, the sigil, and then swapping to a different sigil. So people were like swapping sigils in the middle of combat or something like that.
Jeez.
And so
See,
they made
that's
it so
skills.
yeah, so they just essentially balanced things that were obviously needed to be balanced, and that's pretty much it. Also, they fixed a couple things that were busted. Apparently, some sigils weren't working, and they also go through and say that they changed the 3 life system, which I think, like we said,
like
was a
how
good
we went
change.
over. Yeah.
They also made it so that another change was the starter kits. So of course, whenever
the starter kits were the best thing ever. I want them in
the
the
starters
real
were cool,
game.
huh?
They were so cool because the mage one, it gives you a staff with like 400 automatic fire strikes or something in it.
Yeah. And yeah, they give you a staff that has 500 fire strikes and a bow that has 2,000 bronze arrows in it.
God, it was so good.
As well as a level 1 myth sim. So pretty good, as well as some...
Mine wasn't a scimitar though, it was just a sword.
It's equivalent to a myth sim.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
I kept reading that as a scimitar and I was like, oh, maybe I'm confused.
No, yeah. And so going forward, you're actually going to be able, and normally you'd only be able to claim the starting kit after you die all 3 times as a way to like rebuild yourself. But
or once a day you can get it as well.
Yeah, or once a day. But going forward, they're going to make it so that starter kits can be reclaimed anytime you lose a life, so you can just get back into it. They're kind of like going more lenient as the game goes on to like make catch-up mechanics a little more available to people.
Yeah.
Because obviously the first week matters more. And so they kind of want to reward people that are working hard in the first week and not put in the catch-up mechanics too early. So I think that's kind of what this is.
Okay.
And also, so the next thing they changed was the immunity period offered between 3 and 35 has been increased from 15 minutes to 60 minutes for new players. And also players that sacrifice all their XP and lose their 3rd life will also get the 60 minutes. Initially, it was 15, which I think is
not a lot.
Not that much time. So
really not a lot.
Yeah, so they made it 60 minutes. So to be a little bit more lenient for any of the new players so they don't get PK'd immediately. Because a lot of people that are still level 34 or 35 and haven't moved up brackets are probably just looking for easy kills at this point. They want to
be there.
Yeah. Another thing they made to make it a little bit easier is in the starter kits, you'll now be granted a random tier 1 sigil, as well as 5,000 GP.
You get gold. Bruh, 5,000 GP was like a quarter of my bank for 2 days.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, I actually got really lucky, and I was doing a medium clue scroll and got the holy sandals.
Oh yeah? Did you sell them?
Yeah, they're usually worth like 800,000. Sold them for a cool 100,000.
Yeah, I mean, people aren't probably going to use them that much. So
but honestly, I was hype anyway because I had no gold.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and going into the final part of these notes, they go through a like thorough description of the new 3 life system. So upon losing your last life, you'll be presented with 3 different options. The first one is to lose all your combat XP. And it says that when selected, you'll lose 10% of experience in all skills. In addition to this, the P carrier will still have rated your safety deposit box as well as your bank. So none of that is changing. But you'll keep anything that would have otherwise been wiped upon losing your final life, such as sigils, which I think is the really big part.
That is a really big deal.
Some people's sigils are worth like millions and millions of gold, which would be tens or hundreds of millions of gold in 07. So that can be a really big deal, as well as unattuned sigils in your bank, which of course is also a huge deal.
Same thing.
Yeah. And then items held within Death's coffers and any points stored within the emblem or any points stored within the emblem trader store.
That's a very big deal.
Yeah. And then that'll give you the 60 minutes of protection that we talked about earlier as well. So that, of course, you'd be losing all your combat experience, be sent back to Lumbridge, level 3 again.
But you might have stuff to help you level up really quickly.
Exactly. So
But there's so many bitter people
Yeah,
who
maybe
are seeing this now like, really?
maybe you could like do this option if you die now and maybe get some like gear from a friend or something like that to like help you
Mm-hmm.
gear up faster. But I think this will be the option a lot of people go for just because the sigils are so strong. But
Oh, yeah.
I think it really does depend on your connections, because if you do have enough money to just go buy more sigils, then you might not pick this option.
Also, would love to say, so the sigils I think were selling for like 50,000, like that's their set price, if I remember correctly. I told you I got a rune one that was like 10% more runes when rune crafting,
Oh,
which
nice.
I'm not gonna rune craft on
Yeah, that
Deadman.
sounds awful.
So I went to sell it and I was like, all right, not selling, about for 20,000. No. 10,000. No.
Not even one gold.
1,000. No. 1 gold. It was on sale and I don't think it ever sold. If it
Damn.
did, it took like an hour.
Yeah, there's a lot of other ones that are just so much better if you do end up skilling. So I don't see anyone ever using that.
I got a good skilling one. Actually really fast. I got it whenever I was still in like that first world. And it was like whenever you're chopping trees, fishing, or mining, you have like a big chance of getting double the resources.
Okay,
That one was actually nice.
nice. The second option, if you die a third time, is to lose all your items. So selecting this option will delete all items in your storage options around Gilnor, including your sigils, but you'll retain all of your combat experience.
100% would choose this one.
Yeah, also your non-combat skills will be reduced by 10% still, and
Yeah.
you'll be given an option that this option gives you 15 minutes of PvP immunity instead of 60 once
Going
you
to
get to
that
Lumbridge.
mossy giants.
Yeah, so you'll lose all your items, so you'll still be potentially combat 126, but you'll have literally nothing. So you can just get like completely destroyed again after the 15
That'd be my
minutes.
personal preference though, because I would
Yeah.
hate to train. I guess it's just because I don't have good gear.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care.
I don't know. It'd be hard to choose, honestly. And then there's a third and final option, which is it would replicate the current 3 life system. So I don't know who would pick this, but this would make it so that you lose all your experience and all your gear. So there's no benefit to this one at all. And it would give you the 60 minutes of PvP immunity once you go back to Lumbridge.
Just people who are like, it's just the principle that matter.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know why you choose this one, but if you do, let us know why.
If you do,
'cause that'd
maybe
be
you have
pretty
too much
interesting.
pride. It's okay, guys.
Yeah, I don't know, but either way, all your skills would be set to 0, and you lose all the items and all of your storage options around Gilnor. So
Jeez.
rest in peace. That's gonna be about it for the changes for Deadman, though. So some
Kind
pretty
of a
significant
lot.
changes. Yeah, I think overall it's good. A lot of the things seem to be balanced correctly, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really glad they changed those sigils stacking, because that was getting kind of
That's
ridiculous.
insane.
So now we can pretty much jump into Group Iron. Like we said,
Woo!
unfortunately, we don't have a release date for this yet.
Yes, I'm glad that we started out with that, because Rob was telling me a little bit of it beforehand, and I was like, "But when's it coming out?"
Yeah,
And he's like,
exactly.
"I don't know."
I think that's like the thing that a lot of people are wanting is to know when it's coming out. But
yeah,
I think they did say within the next few months that it's supposed to be out this year.
it's like fall of
So-
2021, right?
Yeah, so if I had to guess, probably as soon as Deadman is done, Group Iron will start. Because
Oh, that would be great, because that's not too long from now.
Yeah, because Deadman's a month long, right?
Ends on the 17th. Potentially your birthday would be the start of group.
Well, yeah, maybe.
No, that could be a really great birthday present.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, potentially mid to late September, if I had to guess, would be the release date for Group Iron, because I don't think they would want to release Group Iron in the middle of Deadman, because I think they want to get more viewers on their Deadman tournament.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, so if I had to guess, that's when it'll be. Either way, they have an entire blog of all this. So of course, as always, links will be in the description if you want to read the entirety of both the Deadman changes and the Group Iron blog. They'll be down below. I'm not going to go over literally everything, but I will go over the stuff that you're probably going to want to know.
Sounds good. So like the release date.
Yeah, exactly. So what this says is the little entry blurb. It says, "Are you ready to band together and become the stuff of a legend?
Heck yeah.
This is your chance to build and grow a team of Ironmen that is greater than the sum of its parts and battle for the top spot on the leaderboard. It's a new way to play old school RuneScape. As launch day approaches, it's time to dive into the who, what, why of this innovative new mode. Whether you're an Iron novice or an experienced ultimate, this is everything you need to know about the newest addition to the Iron family. Let's take a look.
I would like to say I love that usually it's who, what, why, when, where, and
Yeah.
they conveniently don't say the when. In
They're
the
all
question.
like, let's just rip this W out of there.
Yeah.
Pretend it's not there.
I mean, they also didn't do where because they would have been like in Gillinor.
In the game, obviously. So for the first one, it says what. So Group Iron is...
It says what?
Yeah, it says what, question mark. Group Iron is a new way for the toughest scapers to explore Gillinor. So essentially what this is this allows you to group up with other people in Iron Man. If anyone doesn't know, Iron Man, usually you can't trade or interact with other players in practically any way outside of raids. So this is no different, except the new caveat is you can now trade and interact with other players that are in your Group Iron Man group. And that can be anywhere between 2 and 5 players. And you're going to need to start a new account, of course, in order to participate in Group Iron.
I wonder if anyone's upset with that. Like they want to bring their maxed Iron Man.
Yeah, they obviously wanted to avoid
sense.
that. Like they don't want just a group of 3 level 3s and then a maxed account Iron Man.
Just giving them a bunch of good gear.
Yeah, exactly. They even put more blocks in place to prevent something like that even in the future.
Oh.
And we'll go over that soon.
Okay.
But essentially, these groups are going to be able to compete for leaderboard positions and prove that their gang is the greatest group of old school RuneScape. So
That'll be us.
Yeah, so I'm guessing they're just going to be adding a Group Iron Man high score to the leaderboard. So if anyone is interested in high scores, then this is another thing to go after.
Are you?
No, not really.
Yeah. I don't foresee us doing that.
Yeah, it's pretty nice though. They said that you can trade resources among each other, and also there is a new shared storage, so you won't have to share everything you get. If you want to keep 1,000 wood in your storage and then give 1,000 wood to your friend, you can then put it in the shared storage, so you still have what's yours and then what's everyone's.
I love that you don't even say like cool gear. Like if you have your wood and you don't want to share it.
Dude, wood, that's 1,000 bows. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool, but it's not an Elysian.
Okay, well, and so the next thing is why, question mark. So
fair question.
Of course, it says Iron Man mode has been a huge success. Of course, I think some of the most viewed streams on all of Twitch are Iron Man, because the game's been out for practically a bazillion years, and so everyone knows what's going on in the regular game, so they want to see how difficult it is to do stuff on an Iron Man, I guess.
I think once we start the Group Iron Man, we're going to go from Twitch affiliate to Twitch partner like real fast.
Yeah, like I feel like just thinking about it, I'm already like a Twitch partner in my heart. So
yes, yeah.
Either way, I think there also has something a lot to do with that is a lot of people that stream it are hardcore Iron Man, so it's fun to see people die.
Yeah, I think that for me at least, and we should start out hardcore and just see how long we could last.
Oh yeah, let's definitely not do that.
It doesn't matter if we die if we don't care too much, but I want to see how long we last. I died day 1 of it.
I know, right?
I bet you.
Yeah, probably. And so we'll also talk about the life system that they have going on for hardcore a little later on.
Oh, okay.
So Group Iron has been requested by players for a really long time, and it was promised even as far back as RuneFest 2019. And
God, that'd be so annoying to have to wait 2 years for this.
Yeah, exactly. Way more than 2 years. People have probably been asking for like dozens.
True, that's just, yeah.
So it says, plus with the events of the past year and a half, there's more an appetite than ever for shared experiences in old school RuneScape.
We're all very lonely in the pandemic is what they just said.
Yeah, pretty much. And so they know it's going to be a lot of fun, and they can't wait to see you forming groups and battling together to break new records. So the next one is how. They say, keen to hear more about how we're making Group Iron Man? Yeah, that's literally why I'm here. So
that's why we clicked how, bro.
Yeah, there we go. So they have they also have a general rules section here. If you like are really interested in how player-owned housing is going to work and stuff like that, you can go over, and they do answer a lot of really good questions there as well. So
okay.
But for the first part, it's going to be group identity. So a Group Iron Man group is made up of, like I said, anywhere between 2 and 5 players. All normal iron restrictions apply to them, so no trading with other people, no using the GE and stuff like that. And the group iron will have a unique icon next to their name to distinguish them from regular irons.
Ooh.
And also they'll have different outfits.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So, of course, if you're an iron, you get the full iron metal outfit. If you're hardcore, you get the red iron metal outfit. And then if
You
you're...
actually get that for your character to wear?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you get a free set of gear.
What?
Yeah, it's not like huge or anything, but it's like this, like a really iconic set of gear. And
Oh
if
my
you're
gosh.
ultimate, you get like a full set of silver gear or like steel gear.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, and it looks pretty cool. And these new ones are no different. If you are, let's see, it says Group Ironman will show other players which group size they're playing with, a unique armor set, and on the front of your chest will have the Roman numerals of the chest plate indicating the size of their group. For instance, if you have 5 players in your group, everyone in your group will have Group Ironman gear that shows a V for 5.
Wow.
Yeah, and that'll show everyone how many people are in your group. So if you are looking for a group, maybe look for people that don't have a 5 on their chest. But that's pretty
Solid advice.
Yeah, so solid advice. And it is going to be blue armor for regular Iron Man and red armor for the hardcore. So
Okay.
pretty similar to how it is now. It says in combat, Group Iron Man are pretty much like regular Iron Man. That means that if someone outside the group hits an NPC, the drop would either go to the person outside the group or it'll just straight up disappear.
Wow.
So, like I said, it's literally the same exact as it is now. So everything is the same. You can't get group help from other people outside of your group. It has to be with your own members.
Okay.
And also it says if the group members have been hitting the NPC, the drop will go to the group member who has dealt the most damage. So
Yeah,
I think
that
that's
makes
how it
sense.
is now as well. Except, yeah, actually that's how it is now for non-irons, because obviously there's no group irons right now.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense though. But if you are worried about maybe just having a 2-man or a 3-man and not being able to do raids and stuff like that, because you're used to doing like 4 or 5-mans, don't worry, because you can still do that, because that's how it is now. Irons can still group up and do chambers and stuff like that now, and that's not going to change in Group Ironman. So for instance, you can get other account types like Ultimate Ironmans or regular accounts to fight with you at Theater of Blood, Chambers of Zarek, and the Nightmare.
So they don't have to be in your group to do raids.
No.
Awesome.
You'll still get rewarded your whatever gear you normally do, and then you can take it from there, but that's how you'll be awarded gear.
Okay.
As far as trading goes, like I said earlier, it's exactly how it is now. You can't trade outside of the group. And they even say here, it goes without saying that Group Ironman can't trade with people outside of the group. They can only trade regularly within the group, and some trade restrictions still do apply to new members. And this is what I was talking about earlier, but we'll go over that in a second.
Okay.
Of course, you can de-iron. First, you have to leave the group, and then you can de-iron if you would like. As far as high scores go, they say here that one of the major draws for Group Iron is group high scores. So this is pretty cool. Your rank is determined by combined total skill level for your teams first, then by combining total experience. Additionally, only XP gained while in the group counts towards the group's total level. This means that the players leaving a group and joining a new one won't be able to transfer their experience over to the new group.
Okay.
So it's kind of just like if you are like a low B group and you have a maxed iron come and join your group or something like that, you won't get all the XP from them and be like bumped up in the high scores.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty obvious stuff. It says currently your regular iron accounts have a player-owned house of their own but can't enter others. But for Group Ironman, it's a little bit different. Players can access each other's house. Additionally, Ironman will now be able to let other players into their house too, although they still can't enter other players' houses.
So only in your group you can.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, only in your group.
That'd be a much easier way of saying it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just keep it in the group.
Yeah, exactly. So actually maybe a like meta strategy would be like giving all the house stuff, like
To
construction
one
stuff to one person and just have one really
Ooh.
decked out house with
Hey,
one person that
we
has
could do that.
Yeah, we definitely could do that. So maybe that's what I would recommend doing if anyone is planning on grouping together, but you probably already thought about that.
I didn't think about it. So. We have not thought of a strategy, but we totally should think of one.
Yeah, because we're going to be competing for those high scores.
High scores. Bunebape, top of the charts.
All right. So it says you can form a group between 2 and 5 players. Of course, like we said earlier, one player will be the leader. This is, it looks extremely similar and seems to work extremely similar to the clan forming system. So if you've done that, it looks very, very similar.
Okay. Who's going to be the leader?
I don't know. It doesn't matter really. It says you'll establish a group before you arrive at the mainland. You'll need to find players to join the gang on the node. Of course, this is the new recruitment area of Tutorial Island that we've talked about in previous weeks. So it's going to be a little island attached to the south of Tutorial Island. You'll go there, maybe find other people to join your group,
Maybe
and then
not.
maybe not, and then from there you'll go to Lumbridge and start your new life.
So you have to join a group on the node.
Yeah, you have to join a group on the node. It doesn't matter what happens after that, but in order
you make your new best friend, too bad they're not in your group.
Yeah, in order to leave the node as a group iron, you have to have a group there. You can't leave and then make the group iron. So,
okay.
And anytime you want to invite people to your group, you have to go back to the node.
And don't they have to be new or something?
They do. So,
okay. So
they have to be a new account.
People.
Yeah, so you can't, like we said earlier, you can't have maxed accounts go with you to the node, join your group. It has to be a new account for Group Iron.
All right.
And it says you will be able to pick a group name, but please note that these names are shared with clans. So if you name it after your clan, it'll be taken. So don't do that.
So we can't do Bunebape.
Yeah.
We'll have to do something else with Bunebape in the name.
Yeah. So exactly. Just make sure to change it up a little bit. And then once your group is formed, you're free to recruit new players as you progress, should you wish. So this is the new island, the node. Like I said, it's to the south, and it's a place to learn the core elements of Group Iron and form groups. It's just a really small island to the south of Tutorial Island.
Yeah, a little baby island.
Yeah, and if you want to get back there, there is a teleport in Lumbridge next to all of the trainers, and it's a really big portal. It's hard to miss, so that'll take you back to the node if you ever want to regroup. So, as well as that, you can now talk to the Iron Tutors on Tutorial Island to select the Group Ironman game mode, then run south to jump on the boat after completing the tutorial. Once you get to the node, another tutor is on hand to explain Group Ironman in more detail. So it just shows here 2 pictures. You have 2 little tabs. One is solo Ironman modes. There you can select the 3 Ironman modes, and then there's a new tab for group modes. And here you can select the 2, either Group Iron or Hardcore Iron.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so pretty easy stuff.
I have a question as far as like Hardcore Group Ironman.
Yeah, sure.
So if you lose your hardcore status and the other person didn't, will you just be known as a regular Ironman group now?
No, so it's pretty interesting. I guess we can go over that now.
Oh, I'm sorry. We could wait if you prefer.
You brought it up. No, it's pretty simple. It also tells you in the little section once you make your account how it's going to work. But here at the very bottom of the blog,
spoilers,
it actually tells you about how the life system works. So a hardcore iron group begins with a number of lives equal to the number of players in the group at the time of formation.
2 lives.
So if we both did, then we'd have 2 lives. Any death from any member will result in 1 life being subtracted from the group's total lives. This will be broadcast to any group members that are online at the time, and offline members will get a message once they log in.
Okay.
If a group's total lives hit 0, the whole gang has their hardcore status revoked, and the group will remain together, but will be considered to be regular group irons, and all your items and stats will remain the same.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I think we should try hardcore first.
Kind of like the same as it is now. Hardcore groups cannot accept anyone else into their group. So this is one big difference. So this means that by default, a hardcore group is prestige and will always be prestige unless they get unless they get de-hardcored.
Which honestly, if we tried hardcore, we wouldn't be able to keep it too long. So
Yeah,
I'm actually
probably.
not that worried about it.
If they wish to invite anyone else, they must lose their hardcore status. And if anyone leaves or is kicked, the group keeps its hardcore status, but loses one of its lives unless it's their last life.
That makes sense. But
Yeah.
if it's your last life, you still just get to keep 1 life?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So if you're down to 1 life in a 3-man group and someone leaves, you'll still have 1 life.
That's good.
It says normal hardcore iron players are able to die in certain areas of the game without losing their hardcore status, and these are termed safe deaths. For instance, Chambers of Xeric, still a safe death. In PVM, there are safe deaths they go through here. Inferno, Pest Control, Fight Caves, all those are still safe deaths.
I didn't know what the fight cave was.
Yep.
I guess it makes sense.
On the PvP side of things, there are minigames where hardcore status is not affected, such as LMS, Soul Wars, and Castle Wars, and that's not changing at all.
In Barbarian Assault, I'm guessing.
No.
You can't keep your hardcore there?
No, it's not safe.
What?
Yeah, I don't think it's safe.
It's just weird because you don't even get XP there or anything. You don't die. I guess you can die.
Yeah, well, can you? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna do Barbarian, only be health then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Kill yourself.
Actually, yeah, I don't know. I wonder. We reckon that's way too easy for hardcore group Ironman. For a hardcore group, we want to remove all safe deaths across the entirety of PVM.
Wow.
So any PVM deaths will be unsafe and result in a group life lost.
Wait, so even the fight caves, what I was just excited about.
Yeah, exactly. So normally that's how it is. Chambers of Xeric, Fight Caves, Inferno, those are all safe, but not if you're in a group. Existing PvP,
because you have more than one life.
Yeah. Existing PvP safe deaths within minigames would remain the same as normal, so LMS deaths will still not count because that would be ridiculous. And this change does not affect regular hardcore Iron players. In fact, none of these changes will impact regular hardcore Iron players. Our aim is to maintain prestige within the hardcore Group Ironman community.
It's just totally separate.
Yeah. So they're really putting an emphasis on the group hardcore Ironman being like really group based, so make sure that you as a group are ready to do Chambers of Xeric before you go there, because I think a lot of people in hardcore will use that as a crutch to get really good gear before they go and do other stuff because it's a safe death.
Wow.
So that's not the case in Group Iron. It says, naturally, hardcore Group Irons will want to show off their astonishing achievements in this merciless new mode. Although we can't provide hardcore Group Ironman high scores on release, it is something we're working towards including within the year, and then let you know when things are coming.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's pretty interesting. I actually didn't think it would work like that, where everything was hardcore, but, I mean, it kind of does make sense. It's kind of unfortunate that you need to kind of already be experienced in hardcore.
I think it does kind of suck.
Yeah, because, like, I think a lot of people will, like, use hardcore, will like, use the fact that it is a safe death to learn chambers and stuff like that,
and like fight caves and stuff.
Yeah,
if you've never done it before, like,
because there's obviously still other really hard content like Fasani, Theater of Blood, that's not safe, but
yeah,
and they would kind of use that as like a safe reprieve of the hardcore status, and now they can't.
Personally, I am not going to get my fire cape if I'm trying hardcore at first. I'll wait till I lose my status.
Yeah, because I mean, just one shot from Jad and
I'm
dead.
Done. All it takes is my computer freezing for a second, and then we lose a life.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I guess going back a little bit, on your way out of the node, there is a pretty cool looking portal that is going to be the same as the one that is in Lumbridge that I talked about earlier, next to the combat tutors. And one really cool thing is before you I don't know if it's really cool, but it is pretty funny, is before you head to the mainland, and if you want to try out combat in your group, there are a few low-level NPCs on the island. They're actually just little boars.
They're so cute. Why would you want to kill them?
Yeah, and it says if you've not left the node before, your player inventory will be wiped and you'll receive the standard items you normally get. So you can't just farm them.
Oh, I was going to say, I'd just stay there all day.
If you do want to fight the boars and try it out with your new friends, then yeah, you can do that.
Oh my god, poor little boars.
So in order to form a group, like I said, the layout is extremely similar to forming a clan.
It looks like it, but that was annoying forming a clan, remember?
Yeah, it was. But this one says you'll be able to apply to any groups you like the look of simply by using the apply option. Pretty much exactly how clans work. So if you want to start your own group, this is what the process looks like. Click create group to start forming a group. Right click the players to invite them, choose the group name, and then select confirm. So easy enough. And it's going to be in your group panel. So in the same panel that you have your friends chat as well as your clan.
Hopefully it's actually easy, because this is exactly how the clan one looked. And then it was, I feel like still half the time I can't recruit people correctly.
Yeah.
It's like an issue.
Yeah, hopefully it works pretty easily and is I mean, it's just going to be us two, so it's not going to be a big deal. But
We'll only have to deal with it once.
yeah, exactly. And so you can, like I said, have anywhere between 2 and 5 people in your group, and then you make your group name and confirm, and you're good to go.
Wait, real quick. This is so not relevant to anything. I just remembered that we did that bond giveaway and the person still never emailed us.
Yeah.
If any of you entered it, check your email.
Yeah, we emailed them like
a month ago.
Yeah, at least a month ago, and they still haven't gotten back to us.
I know. We should just do another one.
Yeah,
but I'm scared that they won't email us again.
Yeah, exactly.
Just search your email for Bunebape. Maybe it went to your junk. Everyone check.
Yeah. Yeah. Make sure to check, please.
Please. We owe someone out there a bond. We're not liars. They just haven't emailed us.
Either way, yeah, that totally was unrelated. But
I don't know why I
going
remembered.
into the next thing, they talk about recruiting into existing groups. So it says if you're the leader of the group, you'll see an invite option next to players you meet around the node. Clicking this option will check if they are part of a group. If they're not, they'll receive your invitation. All new members must be fresh accounts. The second they leave the node, players can no longer join a group.
Yikes.
So this is to ensure that newer groups or accounts get an unfair advantage or head start by bringing in experienced players. So if you leave the node, even if you're in a group or anything like that, it doesn't matter. You will not be able to join a new group.
I wonder if it's like the node is kind of like a combination of all the worlds, or if you happen to go to one world, no one will be there recruiting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's weird. Because I remember whenever clans first started, it was kind of hard to find people because there were so many worlds. That's before they had a world.
Yeah, even though they have a world now, it's not very
No one does
effective.
to it because they introduced it too late.
Yeah, the best way would be to just go to the
house party
main
world,
trading,
maybe?
the main trading worlds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like 301 and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, we're fine, but for other people who want to get strangers,
yeah,
it could be harder.
So it says if a player chooses to leave their group or is kicked out, they will leave a gap. For example, what used to be a group of 4 will be considered a 4-player group in high scores, but in reality will only have three remaining members and an open gap.
That's weird.
This group can then go to the node to pick up a new group member.
Oh.
So yeah, you can maintain your group and stuff like that, but
just replace them.
Yeah, you'd have to go recruit another person eventually.
That's so interesting.
And of course, you can step down, give up your leadership and all that stuff, same as it works with clans, and then you can also leave the group like we said earlier. So there's also going to be a grace period, and it allows the time to change your mind. So if you choose to leave, you have 7 days to cancel the request, and this serves several purposes. So like we said, if you change your mind, and for safety, in case you misclick or your account gets compromised or anything like that, and they leave your clan just to, be mean, then
you get in a fight with your little friends, and then you're like, all right, I'm sorry.
You have 7 days to make up and redo the group. So that's pretty much that.
So if we break up, we have 7 days to get back together and reform our group.
Yeah, there we go. So it says, if you decide to leave a group, you must pick one of 2 options. You can choose to either keep your Group Ironman status, and if you choose this, you'll be placed in a new group where you are the leader, and their group size remains the same. You'll keep all your levels, stats, quests, and everything. However, tradable items are deleted. Becoming a regular account is the other option, and this is where you'll lose your Group Ironman status and you'll be removed from the Group Ironman group as well as high scores.
Jeez.
And you'll also keep all your levels, and you'll also get to keep your tradable items.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty cool. It's just some safety measures for if you de-iron, it's just not going to let you keep all your tradable stuff.
Yeah.
Let you keep all your other stuff. So it's pretty cool, I guess. And boosting. So this is pretty interesting. They wanted to prevent boosting to an extent. So this is essentially like maybe you find some friends, or you like show up late, or you just simply pay someone outside of the game to boost your account.
Oh, like if they're a maxed account and you're just starting?
Yeah, so
Okay.
this is...
I was thinking boosting like potions. I was like, you can't boost?
No, so this is to prevent essentially real world trading.
Oh, okay.
To some extent. So what it is if you are a new account and you join an existing group, they can only trade you so much gear at first. So for instance, it says within the first week of you joining a group, you can only be traded up to 1 million GP in wealth.
Jeez.
And then it goes up to 20 million at week 2, 50 million at week 3, 100 million at week 4, and then eventually at week 5, there is no cap and you can trade as much gear as you want. That's simply to make it so that you can't just buy your way into getting a scythe or something on like week 2 and just like start like blasting with like really good
You
gear.
have to be committed to this friendship group before you get their gear.
Yeah, they just don't want people to pay for real world boosting or anything like that, and so this is kind of a way to prevent that.
Yeah, I mean you could still pay for it. It's just like a long-term investment. You have to wait
just
5
take
weeks.
you 5 weeks. Yeah, exactly. So they're also having a content restriction. So this is pretty interesting and kind of lame, but kind of interesting. So
Okay.
what it is so to ensure that players are using the correct or certain items that they deserve, they'll be restricting the use of them until a new player. So make sure you know this is not existing players. So if you start a group together, this isn't saying that this will restrict any of you in that group. It's saying that if you get a new player added to the group, then this restriction will become in place.
Okay.
So it says that until this new player has successfully completed the relevant quests or content, they will not be able to use relevant gear for it.
Wait, I don't like that.
For example, if a player wishes to use the Garazi rapier, they must first complete the Theater of Blood at least once.
That seems not good. They should just do the like you have to wait a couple weeks for that again.
I think I thought they were gonna have that, but no. So
What? Then what's the point of group if they're gonna be like, but you still have to do all these activities?
Because that's I don't know, it kind of like doesn't defeat the purpose of Group Iron, but it's like if you join a group and there's 3 entirely maxed accounts in that group and you're level 3, they could just give you full Bandos and a Grazi and you'd be like sliding through the game, kind of defeating the purpose of Iron.
Well, I feel like maybe
because no other Iron would have that option.
Yeah, well, I was thinking more like maybe there should be like a cap, like you have to be in it for a month or something, because it still feels like does that mean like if we had a fire cape and there was like a new player,
you can't trade fire capes? They're untradeable.
Oh my god!
That's just how it is in the real game. You can't trade your fire cape in the regular game.
Share.
No, untradables are still untradeable.
Ugh. Why are we doing this?
You cannot. Then someone could just do the Inferno 5 times, and no one else would have to do the Inferno at all.
I think I'm done with RuneScape.
Okay. Cool.
Ew! I don't want to do Jad because I could die. No fire cape on this account.
Yeah, it says that all boss uniques would require at least 1 boss kill of the relevant boss. And to please note that the 1KC requirement applies to you if you've left a group or joined a new group, or if you join an existing group. If the entire group...
just say no matter what.
Yeah. It says if the entire group started... Well, it's not necessarily true, because if you have a group of 5 that started on the node, and then one of you is just like a god at PVM and like gets a scythe, then he can share it with everyone, but it's only if there's a new player.
Okay, so you should say if you're a new player.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it says if the entire group starts on the node as fresh accounts, you will not have the 1KC requirement or the wealth transfer cap. And so you can give your friend 100 million gold and a scythe, even though they've never done Theater of Blood.
Okay.
If you start together.
Go meet some rich RuneScape players right now before Group Ironman.
You mean like really like skilled players?
Rich.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for the most part. I'm glad they put out this blog. It kind of like cleared up a lot of stuff that I think people were wondering about as far as like how everything works.
Yeah. And weirdly more updates than we thought. Again, we probably don't need to do really many questions.
Yeah, we'll probably only do a few questions just to close out here. But let us know what you think of Group Iron. I think it's overall seems pretty fair. I could see them potentially making some changes. I don't know about what, but overall, I'm like okay with pretty much everything here. Like the 1KC requirement seems fair enough. Like I wouldn't, because it doesn't make sense from a regular Iron Man standpoint where like if you've never done Bandos, why would you be able to have Bandos gear?
Yeah.
So, and I think the 1KC requirement is actually pretty generous because I mean, normally an
Yeah,
iron
so
would take several hundred KC to get Bandos gear. So it's like
yeah,
if you could just do one and then your friend gives you full Bandos, then that's pretty sick.
that's true. Yeah, and it doesn't really apply to us because we're going together. I'm just thinking for other people that might be a bummer.
Yeah, potentially. The only case I could see it being like a real bummer is if like your friends play a week before you and are really far ahead and can't give you gear to catch up.
Oh yeah, and you're just constantly playing catch up.
Yeah, that's the only time I could see it being lame. But either way, your friends could just give you a carry through any of those bosses, and it wouldn't be that big a deal.
Yeah, so I'm very interested in what you all think. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know for sure. But since we're done with that, we can go into the questions.
Cool. So I'll start with our first one from Instagram.
Yep.
And this question is by Fat Guy Jeff / I Won't Train Again. It was funny because they said we might as well give them a segment where they can do their questions, and I'm like, please.
Yeah,
so we don't have to pull from Reddit. I want that actually.
Yeah, that's fine.
But their question was, would you rather have the magic spell High Alchemy or teleport in real life?
Yeah,
Teleport!
Yeah, definitely teleport. Because I mean,
We want to travel a lot.
yeah, in general, I'm not like I don't know what I would Houdini in real life to just give me money.
I mean, I guess it'd be cool because you could just,
Like,
it'd be stealing, but you can just go to stores and be like, High Alch.
Yeah, that would definitely be literally the same exact thing as stealing. And also, would it turn it into cash or would it turn it into gold? Like, am I gonna have to pick up a giant
I'm assuming
pile of cash?
No, let's think of it as like if this was a real thing. It would
Okay.
not be gold coins. It would
Okay.
be money.
But either way, it's like if I go into the shop and suddenly there's a pile of cash on the desk because I just high out this jewel, it's like gonna be pretty weird either way. And also there would be like some looper, like the movie Looper. It'd be like that where like suddenly this person disappears and leaves like a portal to a new place. It's like, yeah, that's gonna be pretty weird.
Okay, I'm not thinking of it that deeply, Robert. We don't have to think of like
They're gonna start
the
experimenting
mortals
on me.
here.
They're like, all right, we have this Midas kid, just turns everything into like money.
I was not thinking of it this deeply. Mine was just because we talk about traveling all the time, and the reason I'd want to High Alch to get money would be to travel. So if I could just teleport, I could just travel and then come home and eat here and then teleport back.
I think teleporting would be the best. And it's honestly just straight up because the high alching thing was weird, and also I don't need like an infinite amount of money. I need an infinite amount of time.
Yes.
Which
you'd save so much time.
Teleporting would give me a lot of.
Just be like, oh, need to go run to Amsterdam real quick to see if I want to live there. Snap your fingers, Mike. Yeah, I'm doing it.
It wouldn't matter where you live because you can just be anywhere.
I still want to live somewhere else.
Okay. Also, I feel like in order to make it like fair, we'd have to put restrictions on where you can teleport because you can't teleport everywhere in the game.
Such a downer here.
You can't teleport everywhere in Gilnor.
That's fair. So you could go to like Amsterdam, but not anywhere in the Netherlands. You still have to like take a little train or something.
Yeah, you can only have like, I don't know, like
you can
10
only go to big
places
cities,
to teleport
which
to
is
or
fine
something.
because I want to go to all the big cities.
Yeah, maybe if you just had like an ornate jewelry box worth of teleports.
Why isn't this real?
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Scientists,
cool.
please make this real.
All right, let us know what you think. Which one would you pick? Are you just going to turn things into money or are you going to be able to teleport? Let us know down below.
All I want money for is to teleport.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I wish it was real. Germany, I would be there.
Yeah. But I guess we can go into other questions, but I pulled a few from Reddit. So again, as always, if you have questions, like I said earlier, let us know and we'll put them into the episode.
Yes.
And
shout out to Fat Guy Jeff for asking
shout
this.
out. Yeah, he asks us every
Still
week.
I feel like I need to say I won't train.
Yeah.
It's just wrong.
Either one. So we do have a question about Group Iron. So it says they've been interested in the idea of participating and making their first iron, but I was wondering if they've mentioned considering allowing hardcore within the Group Ironman feature as well. And we went over that. Your group is either going to have to be entirely hardcore or entirely not hardcore. So
yes.
There's not going to be any mixing or anything like that if that's what you're asking.
Makes sense, though. I like the 2 life thing.
Yeah, I do like the shared life thing because if you have like 5 lives and one of you just sucks, then it's not going to penalize the entire group by just like eliminating
Not immediately, but over time.
Eventually, yeah. And another really funny question was this person asked, when does the motherlode mine start to pick up?
Oh my god, it doesn't. Ever. Ever in your life. Just quit now.
Yeah. This person put it really good. They said never. Honestly, just treat
shoot.
motherlode mine as if you're doing something without thinking. So that's pretty much what it is. It's just like an easy way to get experience without really thinking
I
at
hate
all.
it. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
I would rather do shooting stars, which is honestly probably like the same amount of experience if you
Honestly,
can track them
it
well.
might be, yeah, if you track them well, it might be more since they buffed
I
it.
actually have a video on doing a lot of shooting stars that you could check out, and I say how to track the stars. So
Yeah.
shout out to myself on YouTube.
Okay. And the second to last question is going to be about Vorkath real quick. This is just a really easy question, so I'm just going to blast through it. This person says, what's the best way to avoid the Vorkath acid barrage? So this is,
should we say our different methods?
yeah, this is really easy for me. So I use a crossbow almost exclusively. I do know how to melee. I just like crossbow more. And so for a crossbow, you sit in the back row, but one forward. So the second to last row.
Yeah, if you're in the back, every time you hit it, you'll just run forward anyways.
Yeah, so the second to last row is going to be the range. That is going to be the max range for your crossbow. So that's where I sit. And then if you do sit there, then no matter what, the first 3 tiles in front of the entrance will never, ever get acid on them. Ever.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So what you do is, so you're counting to 7 because that's when he does his acid. And so on the 7th attack, you walk back 1 tile and he'll never, ever hit you with acid, ever.
Immediately. You still have to keep moving.
Yeah, of course. But
after you step back, you just have 1 safe step, and then you need to keep walking back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. So whenever he goes and whips his head up to do the acid, you walk back 1 step, and you'll never get hit if you just take that 1 step backwards.
Yes.
So that's...
And then after that part, if you don't know, we just walk back and forth, avoiding the acid pools.
That's when you can either walk in back and forth if you're not confident wooksing, or you can begin wooks walking.
Scary.
For the last one, I thought it was going to be pretty fun because I think we have similar and different block lists because I use Duradel and you use Neve.
Oh.
But this person asked, what's your block list?
Oh my gosh. Okay, you go first. I'm going to go teleport back to Steve right now. I want to read exactly what it is.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what mine is, but I know I have Drakes blocked, and I also have... I think I have Hellhounds blocked for the time being. I might unblock it after Cerberus. There's a few others. I forgot entirely what I'm blocking. Oh, I'm blocking...
Someone wasn't prepared for this question.
I'm blocking Fire Giants as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do have a few others in there, but that's for like...
Do you have the spiritual creatures or whatever that one is?
Yeah, I have spiritual. Actually,
I don't think I've ever done that task. It says to do it for experience, but I don't.
I think I did have spiritual creatures blocked, but then I unblocked it because he never assigns them. Not never, but like it's practically 0.
That was the first task I ever got assigned by Duradel. I had to like get assigned a task for a diary, and he assigned it, and I was like, block.
Yeah, that's what I did a long time ago. I also blocked Black Demons, or Greater Demons, sorry. I keep Black Demons unblocked because I actually like doing demonics.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's pretty much about it.
Okay. Well, I have spiritual creatures just because getting there seems annoying.
Yeah.
And then I have greater demons and black demons because they're not the best XP. So I think I've said this many times as well. Like, I'm trying to get my Slayer up to 93 for the Western Diaries. Yeah,
this is also all of our block lists, I think, are mainly going for max XP, and that's what the question is as well.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, and even whenever like I do stuff that isn't the max XP, I like to do it in Corrend, which slows it down even more.
Yeah.
Because I want to get the totem drops for Skatizo. So, yeah, I have Greater Black Demons. I also have Fire Giants, Hellhounds, and Bloodvelds.
Yeah.
So, Hellhounds and Bloodvelds, I think that you could cannon them and get, like, slightly faster XP in the Gnome Stronghold Slayer Cave. But
yeah, I don't block Bloodvelds because
you go somewhere else.
I cannon them near in Meredith. There's the scientist laboratory underground. You have to, like, port to Versenhazen and then, like, run up there through the, like, Myrique little agility game that they have to get through there.
Oh.
Yeah, and then once you get up there...
I hated that.
it's annoying to get to, but once you get there, they're higher level, and it's multi, and you can cannon there. So it's actually a really fast task if you go there. Yeah,
I actually like the Bloodveld and Hellhound tasks, and once I get to 93, I do plan on unblocking them, because they drop a lot of clue scrolls, and I like doing clue scrolls. It's just, they're not the best XP.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I went there, it would definitely be better, but I would want to do them in Corrend.
I was going to say, I don't think Or I was gonna say, you can unblock Hellhounds at 91, but I don't think you plan on doing Cerberus. So
I don't plan on doing Cerberus because it's not fast enough XP.
yeah. So that's ours. Let us know what you block on your list.
Yeah,
and
everyone has such different block lists.
there's always at least one on there that people do just because they hate. Like,
that's me with the spiritual creatures.
Yeah, someone's gonna be like, I hate neck reels, and I'll be like, okay.
Dude, I've not been feeling the neck reels lately.
Really?
I've not been feeling barraging. It just like annoys
So
me for
easy.
some reason. So I took away. Also, this is for an XP reason. I took away extensions on every task I had extensions on.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
I might take
what's
away
the point of
extensions on
this?
gargoyles because it's really, really slow.
I've been skipping gargoyles. It's
I
too
think,
slow.
I think I blocked gargoyles.
Oh wow, it's like that.
Yeah, I did or I just skipped them. I forgot which one it was.
Yeah, I've been skipping them. It's just like it takes too long. It's nice for money. So like I said, once I get higher, my block list is going to be totally different.
Yeah.
It's just going to be stuff I don't enjoy. Whereas right now it's stuff that's slow.
Yeah. That's gonna be about it for us though. Let us know, like we said, your block list, and if you have any topics or questions for next week, make sure to hit us up.
Literally anywhere.
Yeah.
Stream, Instagram, Twitter, comments on YouTube.
What are you gonna be doing next week though?
I'm gonna be working on Slayer more. I'm hopefully gonna get to 89, and I might also practice Zulrah a bit more. I don't want to get too into Zulrah and forget about Slayer though, which is my concern. That I'll get like too much into practicing Zulrah and be like, oh god.
Yeah, true, but that'll make it easier if you ever do unlock like a boss and get any Zora tasks.
I know, I'm so scared to do that, but I mean, I'm assuming that by the time I unlocked like a boss, I won't be scared to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not many to be like concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
might as well eventually.
And other than Slayer and Zulrah, I think that's like about it. I'm getting 2 more tattoos on Friday, but not RuneScape or stream related, so that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and probably bad timing for that. I already put down a $100 deposit, but our unemployment's running out next week, so I was like, all right, well, I'll live with that. Maybe I'll babysit or something to pay for them.
Rest in peace.
So anyway, watch our stream and subscribe, please, because I want to be our job.
All right. That's weird.
I'm not above begging.
Yeah, so I guess next week I'm going to be probably continuing to take a break from RuneScape because I don't really want to like burn out anymore before Group Iron because I'm going to be playing Group Iron a lot. I'm probably actually just going to do, I think, what everyone does and like get a few skills up, do a few quests, and then do Winter Tot to 99 because...
You think so?
I mean, that's what pretty much every Iron Man does, and also it gives you a ton of like really good stuff for Iron.
That's very true.
I mean,
I'm gonna be sad
it's
if I
not
get a pet
it's
on
not
my
a good
iron.
cape, but it's pretty useful to get all the fish and like all the wood and stuff like that.
You get so much food and wood.
Yeah, so I feel like it's not a bad idea. And then I might do
it gives you coins too, I think.
Yeah, and then I might do Temporos for a long time because
for the same reason.
He gives you a lot of construction stuff. So
okay, I'm gonna do this with you. We're just gonna go stay at those 2 forever.
Yeah, so I might do that for, I don't know about to 99, but probably for a really long time.
No, I think we'd lose our mind trying to get to 99.
Yeah, and then hopefully I'll get a Dragon Axe from that. So because that's
yeah.
I think there's only 2 places in the game to get a Dragon Axe.
Where's the other one? Do you know?
Dagonoths.
Yeah, so we're gonna be staying at Winter Tot.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. I'll probably just keep playing Valheim and stuff like that. I do stream it sometimes, so feel free to come by. And yeah, I think we'll just be doing that.
We have also we're finally gonna have videos coming out soon.
Yeah, we are gonna have videos coming out soon.
I finished making the Mage Arena 2. Hopefully it's fine. It's gonna be really annoying for you to edit though. I did what Rob does and I did the video and audio separate. So I was like, I wrote like an entire notepad and being like, at this time, enter this audio and stuff like that. And
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. And I also made 2 3-minute guides to doing Bria Fita, both on free to play and pay to play. So, I mean, if you're really low level, that'll be helpful to you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, maybe not.
If you're interested in doing any of the combat achievement diaries, then maybe that'll help you.
That's why I made it, because I had to do them for the combat achievements. And I was like, I should make a guide for this.
Yeah. But I think that's going to be it.
Yeah, I think so.
You want to let them know where they can find us?
Yeah, so our Twitter is going to be Bunebapeosrs, and our Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube are all just Bunebape. And yeah, you can just go on there, go on any of those, ask us a question through our stream. You can find our Discord, just do !Discord, where we share pictures of tattoos and I get cyberbullied.
Yeah. All right. So that's going to be about it. Thanks for giving us your time. And hopefully you enjoy the podcast. We'll see you all next week.
Goodbye.
Bye. Meet Merp.